This is Weirdly Artistic, Season 2, Episode 4. And as you can tell, we have a very special guest. One of the boys, one of the semi-boys in the nest.
We got a semi-boy.
We got Jack Spence. James Theodore Spence.
Thank you. Thank you.
Semi-boys.
Yes,
dude.
Semi-boys. Thank you.
I've since learned your name.
Yes, James Theodore Spence. Thank you, all three of you, for having me here. It's an honor and a privilege. I'm very excited. I was giddy about it. Got no sleep last night and just been kind of like all day. I'm like, oh my god.
You just said.
Yeah,
My
exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
Every day.
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. It's good to see what you guys have done with this podcast. Remember when it started? You're already on season fucking 2.
It's crazy.
Time flies by.
Yep.
I think it's a good branch from what normal things are. I think, in actually kind of dissing myself here, a lot of people go on and do comedy shit or try to be funny or just like it's just two people rambling or something. But no, but like what you guys have done is pretty cool. Like seeing your Instagram posts of, and I think with your industry involved, getting all those separate people from different stuff. Like you had muralists on and fucking the actor guy on and all these different people from really what you guys are into. That's fucking crazy. And you have the space for it. That's a really cool.
Now we have a podcast guy
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Now
Now you have a podcast.
Yeah.
The podcast guys have the podcast guy on. Yeah, exactly. So no, that's awesome to be here. It's cool to see what you guys have done, especially from the first episode, from what I've seen, and just kind of how it's morphed into what it is. It's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Very happy for you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yes, of course. I'm happy to be here.
So to start it off, dude, so you just mentioned you have a podcast. What's it called?
So it's called Around the Lunch Table.
Plug yourself real quick.
At Around the Lunch Table, or aroundthelunchtable.com or onlytoes.net. Check it out.
Yo, actually go on onlytoes.net, dude. It's wild.
It's wild.
It's kind of wild.
It might be. We might be restructuring that domain based on our YouTube comments lately, but that's for another thing.
That's for the future.
I'm kidding. Those are future investments.
You made some entrepreneur moves, and it's just like it's only gonna.
You know, I mean, if these dogs will pay for themselves, that's a fucking pet that you always want. I mean,
it's a birdie.
It's a birdie
Yeah, down to ruffle some feathers, man, and we'll get into that. How/what got our thing started. So I do want to make a point. Like I'm obviously not some huge podcaster. It's just something that I've done for a long time. Oh, thank you.
I mean, you made it in.
You guys only saw it once.
You
listened.
inspired us. Yeah,
I
we've
listened.
listened.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I listened to a couple. I'm actually. I started at the beginning, and I'm like
Oh,
slowly.
Jesus.
Dude, actually, like, I feel like I'm getting to know you better.
Oh, I bet.
You
There's
and
a
Z, I've heard some stories about.
yes.
From
there's
you.
a lot.
Good
Yeah. That's good. One thing with it is I never remember what I say, so that's also scary. But we also don't edit anything, so which is kind of cool. But so how it started was it's actually Z. We're both co-hosts in it, and it was a spur of the moment. Like, dude, I was thinking about doing a podcast. He was a grade above me, and so in like middle school, I wasn't like around him, but his where he sat at lunch, they called it Around the Lunch Table. And then that was like their group chat name. And anyway, so you want to start a podcast called that. And so he said, do you want to do it together? And I was like, yeah. So we ordered the stuff that night. And the next morning the next day after work, we filmed because Amazon 1-day shipping. There you go.
How did that first night of filming go?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
Any bumps or bruises along the way?
A lot of bumps and bruises. I'd say I learned a lot from you guys, definitely.
I mean,
just from
vice versa, dude. Like we learned a lot from you.
Vice versa.
Oh my God, guys.
It's a symbiotic.
Audio.
relationship.
Yes.
Symbiotic.
It's a very open relationship, but we're all satisfied,
Yes.
and that's what I love.
So are our wives,
Learn
so
from
it's fine.
us.
Yeah. No, it's definitely learned a lot of what not to do's. I mean, when you go, if anyone's out there wanting to start one or something, you can, you'll type in, what do I need for a podcast? And it's going to give you a Blue Yeti USB mic and a fucking webcam.
Good old snowball.
Yeah, the fucking snowball or whatever the fuck it is.
It's got
And
the 3 little table mounts.
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
It's like ugly as hell.
exactly.
You got to be down on the table like.
Exactly.
So anyways.
Hi, welcome back to NPR. Yeah, it's
Buzz, 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 buzz.
buzz, 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 buzz. Yeah, it's been fun. I will say that starting out, it was rough. We definitely went on like a budget, and you actually don't need a lot of money to start it. We just didn't know what we were doing. And I had this mixer, which I think Jordan has now, and you don't know anything about the amount of, decibels of gain needed for these mics and all this shit. So you have everything turned up all the way, and you have a hum and a noise and all that stuff. And which is pretty cool when you guys being an artistic podcast. I actually was thinking last night of how to incorporate that as what our podcast is and what form of art that is.
What is it?
And I will tell you. The one thing I noticed is because I actually edited one last night, and so for us,
ATLT.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
for ATLT,
Remember.
Around
yeah.
the lunch table.
around the lunch table, and I actually just kind of like sat and just like not observed what I did, but paid attention because it's so robotic by now what you do, and I think a big part of that art that I didn't really realize was a lot of people use the word like OCD for something they're just either passionate about or I guess you can just be really weird about it and they're just obsessive. But
I think that leads into OCD.
yeah.
Oh, is that what that stands for?
Yeah,
Obsessive compulsive
exactly.
disorder.
But
Wow.
I know. Wow.
Oh, he said it.
He said it.
But it can also be like I think a telltale sign of like a passion towards something. And I mean, if you're starting at episode 1, you can see how throughout weeks all those gaps when things change were just me getting upset because I would look at the final product and it was like, this is not what I want. This is not display what I'm trying to
can do better.
convey. And I think I get a little caught up in the art part because we tell dick jokes and shit. And so it's like, there can't be any art in this originally, like staring at it, So
Jonah Hill made it artistic.
exactly. yeah.
You can make anything artistic.
You can. Yeah. Or, yes, weirdly artistic. Plug right there.
Oh, he said it.
Oh,
he
he
said
said
it.
Again.
But no, it is cool that seeing that kind of focusing more on not just the content, but the overall like embodiment of the whole thing and how it works from, our intro video and what you guys did for that. And then all the little things behind the scenes of, making sure, the audio doesn't pop or, de-essers and making sure things aren't like making what I really focused on. I don't know if it was from an aspect of thinking subconsciously that the better quality it was, not content, but the quality of the product would equal more listeners, which isn't true.
There's a fine
Obviously.
line. There's a really fine line.
But I don't know if
It helps, but it's not
Exactly.
the core.
It's not make or break.
Exactly. But I think that could have been part of it, and also me just wanting, if my name's on it, it needs to sound and look good. Because we started with like a webcam.
I mean, I feel like they go kind of hand in hand. Like the quality itself will, make it a better experience on top of the fact that, if it is something good, you want your name to be a part of something good and you want it to be
Of course.
a good product that you're proud of, not just like, it was slapped together, here it is.
I remember
Exactly.
your classic webcam walking in, showing me your setup.
Yeah,
You got your iPhone on one side and the little webcam. It was like this big.
Yeah. Well, it was the Logitech Brio. It was the first
Oh,
4K
it was a
webcam.
Brio, okay.
Come on.
And that goes into what you guys fucking taught me, because you get all this shit of 4K and this, and I'm like, oh, it's 4K. It's going to look
It's all
great.
about sensor size,
But
baby.
sensor size, what he taught me and
Doesn't
how much
matter,
light can
1080
be let
be
in.
still good. It's all
Yeah.
about sensor size.
Exactly.
And glass in front.
Yep. And so it was
Quality counts.
quality counts. And so that was kind of, I think, I'm not artistic in the way you guys are of, like drawing and fucking
Music.
whatever the fuck
Oh,
you
you
do.
got
You're
music.
stupid.
Jack's learning
crazy.
piano.
What do I
Don't-
do?
Jack can
Fucking
do piano.
editing
My.
shit, man. Well, no, but you
Dude,
but you
your
have an eye
last
for
wedding
that
was
stuff.
Hey, thank you.
was
Thank you.
money.
Yeah, but
You need
like-
to see that by the
I'm
way.
okay. Like I feel like with editing, like I love editing, and like I've talked to you about this. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I love editing, and I feel like I can storytell pretty well when I'm given footage. I can storytell very, very well. I feel like that's my.
I made one change to his Lauren wedding, and it was just because like I was like, there we have other.
And
shots
I
of
was
this.
I was already trying to fix that angle because
I just knew where to go.
yeah, but it was
That was
yeah.
it though. His wedding was fire.
Shit. Well,
There's
I
his
want to see the
creative-
wedding after this.
Me too.
Yeah, and
That was a Bond wedding.
It was
a
the
James Bond
oh,
wedding.
dude. Okay,
Dude.
So
Da-da-da.
master fucking shot guy over here. Oh, tell it.
There
Tell
was.
it.
You've been to the Foundry in Seattle. You know the like covered area in the back with like the
Yes.
vines on
I've
the
been
wall
to
and whatnot.
1,000 wedding venues, but yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's where we met. It's where we met.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever been there. Yes.
Yeah, 7 years ago. Same for me. But they had like this
7
little
years.
art piece that had a perfect cylinder out of it. And the photographer was doing his thing, taking his time. And I was like, I looked at Jose and then I kind of like looked through it and I was like,
I could fuck this.
He said, "Hold my beer." Check this
and I was,
out.
and the guy was mentioning Bond earlier at the
Yeah.
top of the tower. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get this. So he walks in and I do this perfect little pan and he steps in and does the shot and it's beautiful.
the gun barrel. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
no,
it's
and
like-
I
and
and
it's
I
just-
used it for the video, dude, and it works so.
Does it
fucking
have
well.
the rifling? Did you put the rifling in it?
Oh, okay. Well, this is just a timeline. Like
There
we
is
just
a
built a
rifling
timeline. We can
setting.
add.
It's
the,
just the
like,
bare bone
effect.
structure, guys.
Yeah,
Come
this
on.
is just. But no, like that
R1.
was a great fucking shot, dude. Like it works so fucking well.
That's cool. That's really cool. No, that's
He nailed
awesome.
and like the guy nailed it, dude. He had the personality. For
He was
it.
an actor.
Yeah, no,
He's an
it's-
actor in New York. That was cool.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you guys are doing great. No, as far as
The artistry of
the artistry
podcast.
of it, I would say I have noticed as you go to one, we're at 130 something fucking episodes, and we have definitely been trying to. I was lucky with my co-host being my best friend as well, of not like, girls are like, they're my best friend. They've known each other for 6 fucking months. I mean, it was a friend of 20 plus years. And
Yeah.
so
Made
it's
it
someone
easy.
you can chat with
Well, I
for
mean, he's your best friend, your roommate, your coworker,
lover.
and your co-host.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
lover.
yeah. And
Sick.
Left-handed lover.
yes, he is left-handed.
He's the
Yes.
stranger.
Yeah.
He's the stranger.
Yes. So it was very lucky with that, and I think we took that for granted in the fact that the first 90 episodes we didn't plan a thing, but even you can know someone and
It's
have
pretty
that
cohesive,
that chemistry for so long, and there still will be a stop to it of not planning anything. And I think the last 30 episodes are. They show that they weren't as funny, they weren't as energetic, and
Not forced, but on the on the verge of it.
yeah,
little, like-
exactly. And
Not off the dome, but a little more.
They
we
are
tried to
just-
structure it better.
well, no, they aren't structured. They still aren't, and that's what we're noticing is that without that initial. I mean, you can have that crazy back and forth where you can talk with someone forever, but at some point, I mean, you're talking about 133 episodes times. We used to do an hour, another 30 minutes. I mean, this is called an hour. It's 130 hours of recorded stuff.
Yeah.
That you're just talking about dicks and shit. Like at some point, there has to be structure, which is what we're working on, or having topics pre-planned. And so that has been I'm really fucking busy, and so getting that down. And there takes a lot to run this ship. Like,
Yeah.
not shit, but that also works.
but also
the same thing.
Yeah, like with your guys' stuff, I mean, you guys understand,
shot.
like getting clips on and
Making
fucking
content for it. Or
making content,
Getting
and
it on
That's the
all
hardest part.
Yeah.
there's so much required, and a lot of people think that you just sit down, you press
Well,
record,
no, I mean,
and you
it's-
get up,
It's
and
that's the start of
done.
it. Like you sit down, you record, like you set up for it, you do it. Then you have to edit. You have to do everything else on top of that. Like the getting reels and like
Yeah.
content
Ad
for
space and-
for
yeah.
advertising for it itself. Like it's a lot of fucking work, dude.
Yeah, and the AI stuff has definitely made it easier. Like the I mean, I'll just plug them.
Autopod.
Fucking Autopod has been a godsend.
I mean,
It's the only reason
you,
we can
you
do
got
it.
us on Autopod, and we've mentioned it before, dude.
You
It's
can use it with clients too.
yeah,
Yes.
like it's
It's
a
absolutely
godsend, dude.
insane. And then the Clap app. Have you guys used that? Or
No.
I think
Tell
I
us.
think I've told you about
Clap?
that. It's you literally put a YouTube link in
That
it.
we avoided the clap.
Yeah, I've only had it once, but no, I'm kidding.
Don't lie. It was 3 times. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. But it basically takes your video and then the AI gets a transcript of it and then finds what it thinks would be the best clips and it spits out 10 of them and edits them and captions them.
Whoa.
In vertical form.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
We're gonna need to look
We're
into
gonna have
that.
to link later.
So yeah. So that's been cool, and that involved in the industry has been cool. So yeah, it's definitely been a cool ride, and being able to help start others has been really cool. There was the
How many have you started?
well, I'm not gonna say started to a couple of these, but I'll say assisted. So started would be State Champ, which is no longer around.
No, say assisted. Just go through all this.
Yeah, assisted.
Yeah.
So the State Champ podcast, and then
Us.
I somewhat assisted with your guys.
You definitely assisted.
Weirdly
us.
artistic, and then
SMW.
she means well, and then now
Cute girls on that podcast. I heard.
Quick plug.
yeah,
Quick plug. Yeah.
yeah, the She Means Well podcast, which they're enjoying it, which is really
They
cool
mean
to
well.
see.
They're taking off.
They
Yeah.
mean well.
Yeah, they're doing really
Girls
good.
support girls.
Yeah,
Guys, we need to get on this train.
Let's
Yeah.
go,
Let's go,
guys.
guys.
yeah, exactly.
We
Support,
talk the
brothers.
stuff you know.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of that. I mean, it's just like, if you watch like girl Twitch streamers, I mean, if you're, at least attractive, I mean, guys will just watch
You're
it.
getting the sim
Yeah.
crowd for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So
But if we're
I think
attractive dudes, do we get attractive dudes too?
I'm getting
maybe
them
get-
for my feet, which is
Should
cool.
we get some like lower cut shirts maybe? That
Yeah.
should help us.
The V-necks.
V-necks. There
I
we
mean,
go.
I'm already showing enough chest.
I mean, if you guys let me do like 10 push-ups and get an arm pump real quick, I'll come
Yeah,
back.
can
I need to
pump.
get the upper chest
I need a
going
pump.
first.
Yeah, exactly.
Leg pump.
It's all
Yeah.
about the leg
It's all
flex.
about my glutes.
But yeah, so that would be State Champ, your guys weirdly artistic, and then She Means Well, and then the one I just
Now
started
Brody.
is the governor candidate for Washington, Semi Bird, Semi Boys, Semi Boys, yeah. Yeah. So
That's us, by the way. We're all semi.
we're all
boys.
us 4 are the semi.
We
are
start
the
November
Semi Boys.
9th.
November 9th, yes.
Yeah. Dude, I called the lady and she's like, "Hey, dropping my kid off and then taking the other to the dentist. Can I call you later?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, sure.
You didn't have to answer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
Yeah.
would have left a message.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
okay.
I've been taken off the video team for that, but I'm on all this other stuff now.
Okay.
for
On what
work.
he knows.
Yeah.
I mean, you can come along for the videos.
Yeah.
But
I can't. He's not taking me out of work for that. I got to go out of work for other stuff. So I'm on a different part of the semi. Part of the semi squad. Yeah.
You're semi. You're semi.
You're semi. I'm semi involved.
The fact that your boss is giving you the time to go do that is really cool.
Yeah, it
It's
is
like,
cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's cool that he believes in something and
Yeah.
gives
So
you time to do that. It's pretty dope.
yeah, it has been fun, and
A
it's
little
been
extra time with us too.
yeah. I really liked when you guys were around. Obviously.
Yeah.
But
Like,
now
I
I'm
mean,
alone
doing
solo.
it on your own, like with.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
changes.
Jack. You'd have been screwed.
Oh, at the events? Yeah, that's why I called you guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
knew that. Yeah.
Jack
Well, when
just
you were
running
like,
around
"Dude, I
with
can
this
take care of it," I
4K.
was like,
Well, originally it was a 3-minute video.
"Yeah."
That was the
yeah.
first one. So I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then they're like, okay, all these interviews and then event coverage. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to call my guys. Like,
because this is not
fucking
gonna happen.
ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, so involved in 4, I guess. And those have just kind of, I think, not because I'm an expert by any means, but because of the failures I
The
made.
experience.
Yeah,
It's the
and it was
experience
a
that you
lot
have
of.
with it.
I mean, like hooking.
this is how I think about it. Your platform, you worked all your way up. This is all your failures, and this is all the stuff that
You
you
built
did.
a very strong
Now
base.
this is your base, your platform, your
Yeah.
base. Oh, there's my buddies. They want to go do the same thing. Well, they
You
can
just
start
brought us.
Yeah.
right there. Oh, well, they know a little bit of video stuff, so now I can start.
Exactly.
there.
You
Yeah,
built
and
on
it's all
sand,
cohesive.
so
it's
we
all
can
a
build on
synergistic,
rock.
Sand and
synergistic
rock. I hate sand.
collision.
Yeah,
It gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere.
It's not manifesting. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I think one of the biggest reasons the Semi Bird one, that was not really like not because I knew him, but like especially your guys' Spencer's, the state champ one, and Abby and Bailey's. It was a big. I remembered the amount of frustration I felt of it was just a lot of money spent and not knowing what I was doing. And I remember just being like, I wish, and all these different YouTube videos say all these different fucking things, and everyone's got an opinion. You can go in any forum and it's all Pepsi and Coke, and everyone's like, Rode, no, Zoom, no, and you just lost in all this shit. It's like, I just want someone who did it, who
What's
already
the
went.
base?
Well, and,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
That
something
sounds
that
like
we've
a new
talked
training
about.
to me.
It sounds like
Patreon
similar to
coming
what we were
soon.
talking about with
Jack, too?
Sarah and Jesse.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about like what you have. It's just about knowing what you're
How to
using.
use what you have.
How to use what you have. Like, and again, kind of like what you mentioned earlier. Like, you could start a podcast with like your iPhone.
Yeah.
You could.
Like, you really could. It's about knowing how to do it versus having the best quality.
Yeah,
With
and-
with like camera or
Audio
mic
equipment,
or audio
lighting,
equipment, like,
whatever.
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter. Like, if you have a good product, you will use what you have available to you.
Exactly.
That goes back to budget B-roll too. Like,
Exactly,
you know,
yeah.
he has the equipment that he needs, and he gives the content that they need.
Yeah.
And like, he has a good storytelling product. So it's
Use-
not the best
use your
quality, but it's
tools
what
you
it
have
is.
around you to the
Use your
to their
toolbox,
extent, yeah.
definitely.
Exactly.
And I would say like you can start it. I mean, I would say like 60 of our episodes looked fine, and they were shot on my iPhone. Like, they were overexposed, some of them, and that was a pain in the ass. But it was cool to know people who were gonna do it, and it was like, holy shit, this isn't me stepping on toes. I can actually be like, done it. This shit sucks. Like, figuring this out, and it's actually not as expensive. Don't believe all this other shit.
Just
Here's
go
what
here.
here's what you fucking need, and it's done.
We got all of this stuff for under $1,000.
Yeah, you can do it under $1,000, and like
Okay.
I keep pointing to
Audio
Jordan
equipment.
when I say Abby and Bailey, but like,
He's attached to them.
yeah, so I keep pointing at him, but with their stuff, it was like, I mean, I picked all that out for Spencer, and they got it from him, but it was like the same thing. It was like, here is your list. If you purchase this,
You're set.
you are
A
done.
potty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're fucking done. So that was really cool, and that took a while to figure out. And I don't know where this shit's gonna go. It's not really like I'm not planning for it to take over my career or anything. It doesn't make that much fucking money. But it is fun.
It's an outlet.
Yeah, it is an
Yeah.
outlet.
It's
That's
an
what it is
outlet.
for us.
I mean, and I feel like a lot of the times that's what separates like the successful podcast or like anything you really do aside from everything else is like a lot of people try to force it.
Exactly.
Where like you were saying, like you were lucky enough to have Isaiah as your co-host, and you guys are like have this dynamic. And you said, like we were talking about this like a week or two ago, where you mentioned how it was you guys were having these conversations on your own time anyway, where it's like you're just bullshitting with him. Let's
Yeah.
put it on camera and see what's up.
Exactly.
And it's something that you were already doing that you're like, in like passionate is kind of a weird thing to say about you and your homie just having a good
No,
time
it is,
together.
though,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it is a passion. Like it's like you guys are such good friends where you guys have these funny conversations and you just put it out.
I mean, it's like the main basis of our friendship.
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
So,
And I mean that's like with any podcast is like it's something you're passionate about. You just are now filming it and putting it out to the to the ether.
yeah, I would say
I like
Well, I mean it's a fucking
really is.
void, bro. Like
Yeah, it
it'll
just
either
is
pick
lost,
up or
I
it
think.
doesn't. It's like
Yeah.
it's out there. Fuck,
I
dude.
love that.
It's falling
I'm
to
gonna-
someone
One of
grabs
the,
it.
save that.
Yeah.
one of the
Release
hardest
our
things I've
products.
ran into is like
He's
so
ahead of us. Do you see that? He's like, nice.
Wow, dude.
yeah.
You can read?
yeah.
I know some of these words.
One of the hardest things I think I've ran into, I think mentally wise, is when we like podcast downloads, no one sees that, right? And so we were getting good ones, and our YouTube views were basically nothing. It'd be like 3 views a video, and it was fine. And then in the last couple months, it was like, oh, now it's like 300 an episode, and then it was 600, and now we're getting close to like 1,000 per episode. And I knew this was going to happen. We really wanted to game while we talked, and we did that, and that one got like 90 fucking views. And so I noticed in my head, I'm like, well, we can't do that again. But that I enjoyed the fuck out of that. And so it's like you really got to take a step back from that of what does everyone else want, because when you start doing what everyone else wants, then you're and I'm guilty of that. Then you
Kinda
start
lose
losing what it
yourself.
is
Yeah.
because Z and I played Counter-Strike and just bullshitted, and I had the best fucking time that I've had on the podcast in fucking 6 months, and it was like that was fun. But then I fucking knew it. It was a kind of a we also use weird mics. I already got all this shit. It's all mic'd up now, so now it's gonna be great.
It'll be better.
Yeah, but it was yeah. So you kind of just got to watch out for that and keep yourself in check, because if you're doing it for money, sorry, you're not going to get anywhere.
And that's kind of what I mean. It's like if you're passionate about something and now you're filming it, it's going to be a lot more successful in the long run. Most of the time, obviously, sometimes there's outliers, but most of the time you're going to be more successful than if you're just money grabbing or like chasing the money itself.
Well, and even if you get the money grab,
it's
it's
forced.
so temporary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You get the one, and then it's like,
it's
okay,
very
what's
very
next?
forced,
Times
and
are
it's like
always
you don't have a good.
It's true.
You don't have a good product. Like if you don't have a good product to begin with, like it's usually most of the time not going to be very successful. 80% of the time, every time.
Everything.
80% of the time, every time. Yeah, it's with that, it's what the fuck was I gonna say? I think I just lost it. But
Just be careful.
oh yeah, be careful if I'm giving advice to other people
And do it, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
is
be
your
creative, gain perspective.
is your time. We work full-time jobs, which is fine, but I mean, just how somehow my life is gone now, I'm just fucking crazy busy all the time, and I don't really know how that happened. It's not even like with crazy cool stuff. It's just
You have
always
a new girlfriend.
that I do have a new girlfriend.
It's on social media, so we can say it out loud.
Yeah, it's on social
Yeah.
media.
It's
official?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is Facebook
It's
official?
Instagram
Yo.
official.
Famous
Semi
Semi boys. Hey, the Semi boys is us, man. She's not taking.
Yeah,
that
she ain't
from
a
me.
part of
Yeah,
that.
she's not a part of that.
Yeah, you're not
No
taking.
girls
be
allowed.
accepted into our crew.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't fly with us.
She doesn't. She doesn't vibe. Yeah. Oh, hey, something funny though. I did have to.
ruffling her
I had to
feathers,
wake up. I had to wake up Monday morning at 4:30 to pick up everybody to go to his house, and
yeah.
I set a reminder for this like 3 days before, so I didn't forget it. I texted the group and I was like, "The early bird gets the worm." And I was like, "Ah,
Yes.
there we
But
go."
the second mouse gets the cheese.
Yes, the second
you
mouse
sent
gets
that
the
to them?
cheese. Wait, what?
To the whole group. Hit the semi group.
Yeah, and I was like, "The early bird gets the worm." Yeah,
It's perfect.
So-
With Simi in there?
no.
Our group chat.
Yeah. So yeah, it was. But yeah, it has been cool. The artistic side of it is kind of hard for me to grasp sometimes, because I think personally it feels corny talking about an art form with it.
Can I say what you're seeing? When to put people on screen is like, it's the important thing of film, right? Like what you see is like, when do you put someone on? So like you're starting to see, should
You're
I
a
close angle
filmographer,
or
though.
should I wide angle? Like what you're talking about, right? Like, does it mean something in the moment? So I'm going to close angle on that person.
Okay.
So you're like starting to see that,
You're a
right? So
cinematographer, bro.
what I was hearing you say
I'm a
is,
level 3 according to Jordan.
Yeah.
He has
You're
his own
level
chart.
3, yeah.
there's
3.5
1100
now.
levels.
You have a chart?
He got a 0.5.
Yeah, he's got the same chart. Yeah.
Seamus with the
But you're starting to see like the value of when you have a shot be something specific.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, anything I have learned video wise, it does not compare to you guys, but I will give you guys credit of just the little shit. One, you guys are great fucking teachers, and
Thank you.
all that little shit you guys have taught me has gone a long way. Of just, I mean, the fact, I mean, you guys know I'll be honest, if I can't do something, I'll just say I can't do it. But even
Which is fine.
with that semi thing, I was like, you know what? I actually have the confidence to be like, if it's a 3-minute video, I can figure this out. And
taught
that
you
was
how to
from your
fly.
guys' shit.
Yeah.
So
We pushed you out of the nest.
out of the nest. Yes.
You gotta fly sometimes, baby.
Yeah.
We taught you how to fly, baby.
Yeah. God, you gave me my wings.
baby.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
You earned your wings, dude.
oh, thank you. Oh, I earned my wings.
Yeah, we
yeah.
pinned them on him.
Yeah, a little semi pin. Yeah. But
Yeah, it's really time to give Washington the bird.
give Washington the bird, man. Yeah. As far as like stuff in the future, I mean, as far as the ATLT stuff goes, it's cool to get stuff under our channel on. I mean, you can only do that on Apple, but it's cool because then everyone sees everyone's shit and we're all grouped together, which is really nice. I don't know if I want to do more or less. I've only been paid for, I guess it's not about the money, but it would be cool to be paid to manage more. And I've been paid to manage the state champ one. I was getting paid for that, which was cool. But
You're
it's
just a bit of a busybody.
yeah, it's yeah. As far as future stuff, I don't know where ATLT is gonna go. It's
You're just gonna keep doing it.
that was another thing I
the
wanted to
rise.
bring up is the fucking time of when you have the full-time fucking job and you're doing all this shit and you're tired, especially I find it a lot easier after work to have like a deep conversation or something mellow or talk about real life shit rather than try to be upbeat and be funny. And I notice I'm more funnier on the weekends, and so we were going to try to start recording on Saturdays or Sundays, but then we're both fucking doing shit. And so the time part of that has been difficult. It's cool Z and I are on the same schedules now because we work together.
Yeah.
But
You know what's been nice is the coffee talks that we've been doing, like the early morning podcast.
Yeah.
Not early, but like,
That's
you know, we
clarity.
get in here, we just kind of ramp up, get some coffee, and then
oh, that's nice.
it's a good way to start. Like
Friday
maybe
nights,
try
though.
that on the Saturday mornings.
Yeah, that would be nice. We gotta do something because
It changes the perspective
Yeah,
a
dude,
little
you,
bit.
you don't even change out of your kimono. You just get some.
Yeah, dude. Dude, the kimono
Jack
stays
has
on
kimonos.
the coffee
Always.
talks.
You got to sit cross-legged in that, though.
Yeah,
That's a-
dude.
No socks.
Dude,
it
it
shows off the feet.
Dude, it's the kimono coffee chats, but all K's. Wait, no, actually, that's K.
No.
Okay.
Never mind.
okay.
Sorry, kimono coffee chats with a C.
The C.
That's what the
Yeah.
Conversations.
So yeah,
Conversations.
yeah.
It's 4Ks.
Yeah. It has been it's been cool. The art side of it, I was actually really thinking about that and actually bouncing ideas off of people. I think the programming background of everything, I would say that's more of an artistry thing for me than
It's
more
like
like a
analytical
puzzle.
artistry.
Yeah.
I think analytical people see puzzles as their art.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I've like learned what my dad is really into because he's a coder.
No, okay, and like that, like, you know, I'm gonna get a little nerdy real quick, but like me listening to Magic podcasts, like, 'cause I'm a big Magic the Gathering player,
No, it's
and
good.
no, like the competitive dudes, they're like, it's a puzzle.
Yeah.
Like when you play against someone, it is a puzzle. You know what they're running, and you try to dismantle their game plan while you're trying to run your game
yeah.
plan.
They just
and
see-
the puzzle in and of itself is like
Yeah.
the art.
It's the art.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
how do
it's
I
like-
beat this?
Yeah,
I'm better
exactly,
than
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like coders. That's any
Dude,
like
yeah.
analytical
No, it's
thinkers.
Call of Duty.
That, I've heard that. Yeah, no, it's literally same
If
thing,
I
bro.
know
It's,
what
it's
gun
all
they're
strategy.
shooting, I know which
Like,
way.
it's
if
the
I'm gonna
art-
go face first, or if I'm gonna run out
It's
the window.
the art
and go
of
around the
strategy,
back.
bro. It is the art
Yeah.
of strategy.
Yeah.
It is solving
That's the
puzzle.
analytical
That's
creativeness.
it's solving the puzzle. That's what they
love
like always say.
strategy.
It's like you just got to solve the puzzle. Like
Everyone's
yeah,
creative.
You're playing against someone that like, is normally going to beat you. How do you beat the puzzle?
Yeah,
like it's a harder
exactly.
puzzle, but
Yeah.
you can still beat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And with the programming stuff, it's really cool because there's 10,000 different ways to get to your objective, and you gotta
That's the puzzle.
find out which way
It's the
makes
best.
sense to you, and it's
that also too.
Also
yeah.
cohesive to what it's reading from coming down because it could glitchy.
exactly,
You know, based
and
off
it gets
5,000.
frustrating, but it's a good frustration. Like
Yeah.
I think the funnest times I've had at work, my main job is doing that when they ask me to build some system that both companies use, and it's this cool thing of making other things that they already have in place talk to each other, and it's one big puzzle.
Automating
and it's-
everything and-
yeah, it's very cool. But yeah, I'd say a passion now I think would be more AI stuff, which we touched on the last podcast that didn't get recorded.
Whoops.
But yes, I mean something.
Stay
that-
tuned for episode 2 with Jack.
Yeah.
AGI and AI.
Yeah. Do you guys want to cover that now or later?
Probably later now.
Probably like a.
Yeah, we're at 40.
We'll have you
Oh, we're already
return.
at 40?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
We'll have you
We're gonna go
return
through
on
his
the
last
next.
I think we
So,
go
okay.
through the last section here.
Okay.
Our
Yeah.
favorite questions.
Favorite show / movie.
These are the weirdly questions.
Favorite show.
Jersey Shore.
Wait, can we guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Lord
These
of the
guys also
Rings.
know me very well. so-
LODTR
Lord,
/ movie.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Lauter?
a show.
Lauter.
It says / movie.
Oh, I was gonna do
Slash
one
movie.
of each.
Okay.
Okay.
So
well,
Favorite
movie-
show, Jersey
movie.
Shore.
No, it is not.
movie Lord of the Rings.
That is up there. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's kind of hard to say like a favorite because there's
Extended
different.
edition?
Are we
yeah.
doing, are we doing
Duh.
show or
Both.
movie first?
Both.
Both.
So-
you choose. Tell us first, and then we'll go.
Well, I got Lord
I
of the
want to
Rings,
say
so that's
The
movie.
Sopranos.
It's actually something I haven't really seen, but I have seen.
Okay.
Z has it on all the time,
Is it
so I
Z?
catch
Okay,
all
Z-
these episodes.
Z loves The
Dude,
Sopranos. Okay,
yeah.
it's-
You should
it's him
actually
that's-
watch it.
No, I know
I've
most of
started.
it. It's
I've
just
started
like
watching
I
it.
have seen like all the seasons.
Is it Family
and
Guy?
all the episodes just in the wrong order.
I'm gonna guess the show Game of Thrones.
No,
No.
I did binge watch that.
Breaking Bad.
No.
Family Guy?
So I don't watch a lot of TV. That's one thing.
Okay.
But favorite shows, I would say, as far as the show goes, I really liked.
Brooklyn 911.
No. I'm gonna go with two different categories because they're two different things. One would be like comedy, would be like American Dad, Family Guy, Rick and Morty,
Yeah, yeah.
those animated ones.
I would say American Dad over Family Guy. 'Cause
Yes.
You've said that before.
Yes.
Is it American Dad?
Yeah, I would say American Dad over that. On the other side of shit, it's hard for
Live
me to
action?
get into shit. Yeah, I'm into like live action cosplay role play.
Nice.
No.
Role models.
Yeah. No.
Love that movie.
LARPing.
Yeah. LARPing. Yes.
love
On
to
the
do
other
that.
side would be like I'm not gonna say a favorite. This is my favorite. Just something I'm into now. The Loki show is good. I liked
Ooh,
that.
okay. How far are you into season 2?
I watch it every time it comes out.
Okay.
So
Interesting, right?
yeah.
Have you heard the
Huge.
theory?
No. Don't spoil shit.
I won't spoil anything. It's
Okay.
just a theory.
It's just a theory.
Oh, okay.
Owen Wilson is a Thor variant.
Interesting.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got to watch
He's
2
gonna watch it,
seasons.
man.
it's his
Yeah.
brother
What show is
helping
this?
him or
What show
something.
is
That's
this?
Loki.
Loki.
Oh, okay. I haven't
It
seen
doesn't
season
ruin
2.
anything. It's
I haven't
just
seen
like a-
season 2.
Nope, not
Okay,
gonna watch
it's
it. I'm
good.
never
I
watched
mean, Loki's carrying Marvel on its back right now because everything else sucks.
It's
But,
true. It's true.
As far as as movies go, I mean, The Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, I think those are just like those are sentimental to me.
Guessed it.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
As far as I mean, this is corny,
fail.
but like big moments in my life or sad moments, I always listen to the Shire soundtrack
Yes,
to like calm me down or
Study music.
Yeah, exactly. So those
The
or
Shire.
a lot of
Love it.
times like it's funny that like Z and I like we had this wedding rampage of a summer one time. It was like 9 weddings we went to. And we were going all over the place. And no matter where we crashed, we would crash at some person's place. They knew that like, we'd be at some pull-out bed. We're obviously turned the other way, of course.
Pull to pull or hold to hole.
Yeah.
Going on an adventure.
It would be hole to hole, but like
Damn.
if there was a TV in
it'd be
there,
hole- yeah. That's like a known thing, dude. Like
Yeah.
when you're sleeping with the homies, it's either pull to pull or hold to
It's hole to hole, yeah.
Yeah.
But like people
Always.
would know to be like, oh, here's YouTube 12 hours of the Shire, and like so that's always a nostalgic thing for me. But like movies that like make me think are really cool. Like I loved Interstellar.
Interstellar's
Lord of War for some reason really made me think.
Great Nick Cage movie.
It's a Nick Cage. I think Nick Cage's
Oh,
best
I've
movie.
seen that.
Nick Cage and Jared Leto. It's, a great
It's
movie.
basically
Oh, shit,
War
okay.
Dogs, but
like
a real version.
Sea-bound.
It's not funny.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's like a serious.
Yeah,
It's not like
it
a
shows
mockumentary.
the.
They're running
stuff.
some fucking weapons.
It shows the
Yeah.
corruption. Like at the very end, it's not a spoiler because it's fucking
Been
20
out
years
for
old.
20 years.
At the very
Oh, dude,
end,
spoil-
at the very
haven't
end-
seen this.
Do you want me to spoil it? I mean,
I don't care.
yeah.
I really
Do it.
don't care.
You're not gonna watch it. At the very end, it's like Nick Cage is the gun runner or whatever, and so he like sits down. The FBI guy finally catches him, and he's like, "Hey, your commanding officer is gonna come in here and say you've done a great service for your country. Thank you," and they're gonna let me walk right out of here. And then that's what happens. And he comes in, he's like, "You've done a great service. You'll be highly commended." But he needs to go because he's making money for. It just shows all the
Everyone's
corruption.
making money.
They're making all this money off of
It's
the
a Sopranos
government
ending
and
where they're
yeah.
like nothing really ends.
That's on the
Don't
movie
spoil The
list.
Sopranos to
Yeah.
me.
Come on.
So going down the list here, favorite artist / band.
Can I
DJ
guess?
Pauly.
Kanye.
I don't have a favorite artist. I will say a favorite
Eminem.
album, which would be
Album.
Kanye's
Graduation.
"My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy."
Ooh, interesting.
My favorite.
Thought you said
I'm a big
Graduation.
concept album guy, like Pink Floyd's "The Wall,"
Okay.
and This isn't a concept album. Steely Dan's "Asia." I love
Okay.
that one. Those are my favorite albums. Kanye's "My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy." There's this Reddit group called Yedits or something like that, and
Yet it's
no, there's actually a if you guys are
There's
into
a
like
Reddit group for everything, dude.
so
Yeah.
there is a spreadsheet. It's called they have them for all sorts of artists. They're called unreleased trackers, and I'll send them to you guys. They're fucking insane. So like the Kanye one is the biggest one, and people when they hack their iClouds, I'm talking thousands of songs that are unreleased that go on it.
No, yeah.
And so like so I checked
I
checked
have
this.
something to say on that to like add.
How
to
are we
it
to
after
believe?
I mean it's not okay for the artist obviously,
no.
but yeah, no, that's not good.
we found a flash drive.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. So one of my buddies, shout out to Zimmer, Andrew Zimmer.
met him.
Whoa, Andrew Zimmer wasn't that the
he was
case?
at my birthday.
Andrew
No,
Zimmer.
no,
Oh, that's
no.
Andrew
No.
Zimmerman, the one who
Oh,
way back
different.
in the day.
No,
Different.
no, it's not Andrew Zimmerman. It's something Zimmerman, but it's not Andrew.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah,
the
yeah.
Florida guy, right?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
Okay, so,
No, but my homie Andrew Zimmer, he had a production company, Kona Based Productions, based out of Spokane, and he threw shows like EDM shows. and I won't say names, but he brought out this person to play, and he's big in the EDM community. He left his flash drive in the decks.
Oh, no
afterwards.
shit.
So we had this flash drive with like a bunch of unreleased music.
Holy shit, that's
And
crazy.
It made us like realize like, yo, artists are sitting on
Thousands of songs.
Tons of shit.
music.
And
It's the
so-
long play, man. It's the long
And
play.
it wasn't
Duh.
just his music. It was like he was sharing, like, because in EDM,
Yeah.
like when you're mixing, like it's like, hey, give me some dub plates, is what they call like an unreleased track, a dub plate. And dude, there was so many artists, and you could tell from like the sound design of a lot of like artists. You can tell it's like, oh, this is this person, this is
Yeah.
that
Tours
person,
of
yeah,
music.
exactly.
And it's like, whoa, dude, it was literally like gigs of unreleased music. It was wild.
Damn.
It's
my.
yeah, so like this fucking tracker, it has the so it's like a lot of it is like samples that didn't get cleared. So there's these holy grails of songs that were supposed to be on like Watch the Throne with Jay-Z and all these other things, and
Damn.
like songs that got cut from like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes real fans, or there's like remember All of the Lights, that song? Okay,
Yeah.
there is a verse with Big Sean, Drake, Lil Wayne.
way.
They all did verses on it, and then that got leaked, and so someone put them all together. And so I have a copy of the album that's like 2 hours long.
Damn.
And you can hear all of it.
actually like to hear that
Yeah,
song.
it's pretty cool. So it's cool to see that part of the community. I mean, it's kind of fucked if they don't get paid on it, but if it's
They don't.
If it's
I will
no,
say
they
it's fucked to
don't.
leak their music. Like we never leaked
No.
any of the music.
Yeah,
that we
no,
found,
it
but
it
it's
is
it's
very
fucked to do that.
fucked.
Don't
But I'm
do
not the
that.
one doing it.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't fucking do
But
that.
But
it-
also, it's amazing.
it is cool.
Yeah.
But
Also, like,
Share it with the boys, but don't
What-
fucking
Don't.
leak it.
Not
what
the
I
hood.
do appreciate though is the ones that didn't get sample clearance. It's like it could never be released legally, so it's like at least people got to
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's a beautiful thing. So
That's true, that's
favorite superhero / villain. You can choose either or. You don't have to choose one of each.
Or both.
villain would be Thanos for sure because he spits a lot of real shit.
He spits
He's
fire.
also a villain. He's a true villain.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
like my dad.
I spit that fire.
Favorite superhero would be all of you guys because
Wow.
you're superheroes to me.
Not all
I'm your
heroes wear
super
capes.
dad.
Yeah, woo. Jedi or Sith or in between.
Definitely.
What would you be?
Um.
Jack, I got to show you my lightsaber after
Oh, I
this.
want to see it. Yeah, I would
Jack
say.
would be Jar Jar
What
Binks,
color
but
do you
Yeah.
think I got?
Jaja, you should have booba. Ah, you should know how to booba.
He's a Gungan.
Dude, we actually watched episode 2 the other day, and the most cringiest scene is when Anakin, he sees
sand.
No, it's not that. He sees
Okay.
he sees Padme, and he's just looking at her, and Padme's like,
Stop looking at me
that
like
way.
that."
He's like, why? Because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, dude, you're creeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, and then no, episode 3 when she's sitting there like brushing her hair, and
It's
he-
all
Still doing
curly.
the
too.
same
yeah,
thing.
and
Why
so
are you brushing
and
curls.
so she's fucking brushing it, and he's like, it's because I'm so in love, and she's like, so love has blinded you. I'm like, can you let him say he loves you?
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
So love is blinded.
This guy has enough going on
I
right
know,
now.
right? You're the reason he turned into a Sith Lord. Yeah.
A
Sith
Sith
Lord.
Lord.
I wanted to see if you guys caught that. Yeah.
Got a
Who
lot
are
of
you though? You
hormones
Jedi
going
or
on.
Sith?
Yo, for Padme though,
Oh, come on.
I'd kill some kids for that shit.
Yeah, dude, he whacks. some
Where
kids.
are the younglings?
Yeah. Yeah, give him to me. Yeah. Jedi or Sith? I mean,
You were a Jedi that went bad, and you're a Sith.
no, I think I was a Sith that turned to a Jedi. Definitely.
wow.
Oh, you're just like me.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
Found his way.
I think a while ago, I was a little fuck boy.
Aren't we all?
Didn't really have a conscience.
We're all Padawans at one
kind
point.
of thing. And as you grow up, you realize.
We're all episode 2 Anakin at some point.
Yeah.
I think, not to
Or
go
3.
super deep into this question, but I'm going to go kind of deep into this question if we're actually
Do it.
talking about Jedis and Sith.
We are
I would
Star
say
Wars
that
fans.
as you grow up, you realize how much harder it is to be prideful than humble and how much more respect you get from it. So it's actually a win-win. And so
it's kind
it-
of like
think
the smile
humility-
versus frowning.
Yeah.
Humility comes with experience, I think. That's
it
actually,
does.
That's
yeah.
very true.
And so I think that, like 16 to like 19, 20, actually probably
I'd say
21.
up to 23. Until I met Helena, I was pretty much just like,
Yeah,
horrible.
I would say
Being a dick.
16 to like 22
in an abyss.
Sith, and then 22 to 23.
Abyss of debauchery.
Yeah. I'd say like 16 to like 22 would be Sith, and then after that, it was like a lot of things were changing, a lot of growing up. And I think that also,
You're a nice Mace Windu.
yeah, exactly.
a gray Jedi.
Yeah, a lot of that had to do with my work because I was working with people. Everyone was twice my age, so being around that I
Yeah.
think helped me kind of grow up a little more.
It's like working in the
And,
kitchen.
Yeah, and so
That'll
It
age you
was,
real
that'll-
quick.
Not in a good
Gotta
way.
cook-
though.
no.
Fuck.
Last question they have on their list is my lightsaber,
Lightsaber
color.
So we, Helena and I went to Disneyland.
Did you
this
build the
last
saber?
Couple weeks ago.
This
I
thing's
did.
like $200.
So jealous.
Yeah, I
though,
did it.
dude.
It's worth it, dude. It is so worth it. They come out with like this big pile of crystals, and I was like, all right, Helena, I'm gonna let the Force choose.
Yeah, what did
And
you
I just
choose?
covered my eyes.
Well, what color?
What do you think?
Green.
Red.
Red. Oh yeah. Oh shit, Sith. Yeah.
Guess what color mine is?
Okay. Did you guys ever play
The rainbow.
All of them.
You,
All of them.
You should be the red. That's for sure.
Mine's non-binary.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play Knights of the Old Republic on the Xbox?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember Batista? But
So unfortunate.
There's a
Batista?
comic on the old Xbox right there.
From like WWE.
she no. Bathista.
Bethesda.
Bethesda, yeah.
She was the one with the yellow lightsaber, and then she turned bad to Lord Ren or whatever the fuck.
Went to orange.
Yeah.
Orange
I want a
reddish.
yellow lightsaber. That's what I'm choosing.
Mine turns
You know what yellow
Oh, yeah, it's
represents,
the,
right?
the knights.
I don't know.
They're the Knights of the Jedi
old
Temple,
centuries, yeah, they're like
protectors
the
of knowledge.
protectors.
Protectors of
tattoo.
knowledge.
They're
Wow.
the centuries of the Jedi temples.
I was hoping it'd be like chaplain or something. I'd be like, yo, shout out Eagles. But
Oh,
no.
no.
Aren't you? Yeah,
protector
you're
of
the
knowledge.
chaplain of the Eagles.
Yeah,
right?
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why Rey is yellow, because she's the only Jedi survivor, and so she's the protector
Of all of it.
Jedi knowledge.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Rey Skywalker. Fuck those movies.
Yeah.
Dude,
those-
no.
I will take any
Bad.
chance.
I will say
to bad mouth.
the one
episode
thing I
7
loved
through
about it
9.
that gave me I love
Wrong,
a rom.
wrong.
Let me say what I want to say. I love rom-coms, and I also love fucking lovey-dovey stories. When they kissed at the end of the last episode, I
smush
had
face.
butterflies. I was like, "Oh my god, they did it!" I
Rey
was
and Ben?
Yeah.
They did it.
Ben
brother and
Solo.
What if they continue
Rey and Ben
episode
Solo.
into episode 10
Episode
and
9.
we get Jace?
Dude, please.
If they don't retcon this shit, bro,
If it's not
I
a
say
prequel
this,
or
I say
something
this every
different.
time, bro. But Jace, we were robbed.
Robbed.
Jason Solo. Lord, we
So
need.
that- Those are your fucking questions, man.
Those are
That's
There we
all
go.
we got. Artistry.
Episode 4.
Have you heard the word?
About the bird?
The bird is the,
The bird
word.
is the word.
To stay weird.
Stay weird.
We're the artistic. Weirdly, we're the artistic.
Damn, that's weird.